Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Holy Plot. This is just Liam and James once again. I know. Do you guys miss Jacob? Sound out in the comments if you miss Jacob and want him to get caught up on Adventure Time. But we're talking about Fionna and Cake today. There was another 2 episodes that dropped. We watched them. We liked them. But before we get into it, you need to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of the top tier, S tier, up and coming, masterpiece Aquaman tier content that we have coming down the pipeline for you. But without further ado, James, what do we think?
I thought that these 2 episodes really picked it up from the last two. Not that those weren't good, but I think this is kind of everything that we were hoping when we were hoping that the show would hit the gas and really kind of jump up towards the end. I was happy with these.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, we got Lich content, which that's what I wanted. And then we got it was almost
Stakes?
like Stakes. It was like a little tribute to Stakes, which was really, really cool. So these are potentially my 2 favorite episodes in the show so far.
Yeah, I was excited to see the Lich back, but honestly, I was more surprised to see Stakes content because that always felt a little bit isolated from the rest of the show because it's like a little mini series.
Yeah.
So I really enjoyed seeing that get some love.
The Adventure Time vampire lore is just so hard. It's so hard. So
yeah, it is.
I'm glad they revisited it because I think a lot of what the show is doing that's so cool is it's taking lore aspects of Adventure Time and even some of the more obscure ones like Stakes or what have you, and they're just allowing full episodes to just explore it and dive into it.
To give a quick recap, yeah, when they get to the new universe in this one, it's the Vampire King from Stakes who has taken over everything, and most everybody has been like turned or killed. And he even seems to have Marceline like kind of in his grips. Like he's raised her. Yeah, she calls him dad. Maybe he hypnotized her. We don't really know.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very cool and very depressing world. They're very much using their rating to do some stuff they definitely could not have done in the original show. It doesn't detract though.
These 2 episodes, they're both, and even the last one with Winter King, we're kind of exploring what would happen if the villains of Adventure Time, Vampire King, Ice King, the Lich, what if they won? What if they got what they wanted, and what would the worlds look like? So that's just really fun to see. I love that kind of Elseworld stuff. So yeah. I'm feeling really good about these episodes. I wish that we had more though. Like next week, that's it, isn't it?
Yeah, we're gonna get another 2 episode drop and then 10 episodes. Hopefully, it's ordered for more for the second season because I think this show's gonna stick around for at least 5 seasons.
5 seasons, really?
I mean, I think so. Adventure Time it's a powerful brand, and the show's doing very well on Max, and it's really good. So I certainly hope so.
I wonder, is there a reason why they're doing the 2 episode drops at a time?
I don't know. I mean, I think now that streaming is just basically TV, they're experimenting with things that aren't just binge, it's all at once. I mean, they want to spread out content on services that are just starting. That's probably the real reason. It's probably not about like the satisfaction of the release structure. But I hope we get like 15, 20 episodes for the next one.
Yeah. Well, in any event, the episodes have all been pretty stellar, but it feels like, I don't know, it feels like we just started,
I know. Well, yeah, it's a short episode order. I mean, hopefully that's just a first season thing. Now for this episode, which ends on an open note, so I'm hoping they revisit. I'm sure they will revisit this world in the second season. I'm gonna give this one a 9.
Yeah, I'm feeling a high 9 on the Adventure Time scale, mind you.
Good subplot as well with Marshall Lee and Gary. I'm never gonna get over him being called Gary. Now, before we wrap up, though, I think we need to talk about it. That Lich ending, just the Lich in general. Liam, how'd you feel? I know you're a huge Lich fan.
Yeah, I mean, I've been saying since episode 1 I want to see the Lich. So now that he's here, I mean, it was as good as I expected it to be. I'm never not going to be excited to see the Lich, but just the way they handled it in this episode was just it's peak Lich content, dude. Because if you remember. Back when the Lich, spoilers for Adventure Time, by the way, if if you remember, like one of the first episodes the Lich appeared in when he was in Billy, his whole deal was getting to the Wish Master's room so that he could wish for basically what we saw in Fionna Cake, a world with no life. And
That was
so now
wild.
we're getting to see, what is the Lich's eventuality, and he's still being a bastard, which is hilarious.
I thought it was crazy is that he had a bit of a Joker situation going where once Batman was gone, he just stopped. Once everybody was dead, he was just sitting there. I think even Fiona was like, "Dude, he looks depressed." Everybody's depressed in the show. Lich is in his
Yeah.
early 20s too.
That also goes back to once his plan is foiled in the wish room, he just sits there and goes catatonic for I think like a couple years in the timeline. So it's very in keeping with his character, where if the Lich is just like a sentient nuke, basically. It's just if he can't destroy, he can't do anything. So
He is
seeing that is just, I mean, they understand the character, they understand the world. It's just more of what we've been seeing this whole show, where they clearly care about what they're putting out and how it relates to Adventure Time, and this isn't just a throwaway spinoff. So
he
I
is
love.
he's terrifyingly simple, and now he's got his eyes on Betty, which is terrifying. If he wants to try to merge in with that,
Yeah, because Betty is like baby gold at this point.
yeah, it's getting worse all the time. I wonder if this is the same Lich, like if he shares the consciousness, or if this is like a Thanos Endgame Lich who's kind of a new guy because of the hand splitting off.
Yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how they deal with that, because in Distant Lands, we kind of see the Lich at the end of the Adventure Time universe we're used to. We see how he ends up. So I don't know if like the death dimension is outside of the multiverse, or if every universe has one. I hope we get answers to that, because it'd be really interesting to see how Fiona and Kate connects to stuff like Distant Lands.
I thought they'd save him for season 2. Exciting to see him back.
Yeah, good stuff. I think it's very safe to say that if you are a fan of Adventure Time, you should definitely watch the show. If you've been watching the show, I don't know why you wouldn't keep watching it. These two episodes, if you're into sort of the moody deep dive into the lore stuff that's kind of under the surface of Adventure Time, right? It's just plain out in the open. It's not subtext, it's just text at this point. So if that sounds something would be interesting in, absolutely check it out. It is worth your time, and it's not much of a time commitment either. The episodes are pretty short, so you have no reason not to watch it. We give it a 9 out of 10. That's about all I got, James.
Yeah, no, I loved both these episodes. I think this show is using all that it can advantage wise with different run times, a different audience rating, and it's really using it to still feel like Adventure Time, but still feel very fresh. Both episodes are a 9 for me. I'm very excited to see how this ends. I feel like it's going to be a frustratingly great cliffhanger that they're going to end on. So, yeah, be sure to keep watching.